The episode 2 of the Classic Plus project is out. The players have spoken. Here it is. I haven't seen this yet, but apparently I might be in it. So see what happens.
Listen, I just thought it was a survey. I woke up this morning, I saw everybody talking about Classic Plus survey. This is a lot more than that. Like, what the heck?
True.
Haven't we done this before?
Oh, hey, Chromie. Nice. DMCA. Okay, nice.
Me not that kind of orc.
Steve, thanks for the sub, bro. Getting into Oldham, baby. The old world, baby. So much potential, dude. Oh, so much potential. Dalaran, I didn't even think of that. Dalaran a classic, dude?
I don't think so.
Hey guys, I'm Jordy, and our little project created an absolute insane amount of buzz in the community.
This is really well made.
Super sick.
Ooh, uncovering Dalaran. Project Classic Plus, baby.
And as of this video's recording, we have 35,000 introduction surveys taken.
35K, that's not bad.
200,000 total surveys covering every aspect of the game completed. The surveys are still up, and that number is steadily increasing, but I do want to get into what we are seeing, what the community thinks.
I think we all disagree here.
And what exactly
True.
Classic
Very
Plus
true.
is to us all. And while I can't tell you Blizzard has officially noticed and said that they're watching,
Really excited to announce that. I guess we'll save that for later.
just based off of
It's
my
happening,
experience
guys.
communicating with them, I know that they're paying attention.
They are completely different for the most part than modern players. You know, can we as World of Warcraft do a bit of experimentation? Because we hear what they want. What do they really want? And in some cases, they created it themselves, like hardcore. That's what we're aiming for. We're in a very exploratory space with Classic, and we are listening.
Now, the next video in this series will be showcasing
Okay,
all
here we
the
go.
incredible pitches and ideas that the community has created, as well as an absolutely exhaustive amount of ideas that only and I have. But this little video is just the numbers, and oh man, are they interesting.
Okay,
now,
let's take a look.
I want to preface everything I'm about to talk about with this. I'm not saying nor recommending Blizzard make Classic Plus by committee here. While I do think a polling system is a great and much needed feature for future releases, doing it this way, with all the surveys being as long and exhaustive as they are, it's just not a great way to decide on everything. But I do think it's very important to see how the community feels about a certain direction and hopefully course correct on anything that they might already be doing to avoid running the Titanic into an iceberg.
Why they turning? Is it hard over? It is, yes, the hard over.
Bro, jeez.
It's got a hit.
Now, speaking of icebergs, let's talk.
What was that? What? Wait, what? I mean, what? I mean, what is that? I don't even know what to say right now. I don't even know what to say. What I mean, come on. Huh?
Now, speaking of icebergs, let's talk the most surefire ways to screw up Classic Plus. According to the community, out of over 35,000 individuals who answered, almost unanimously, everybody agrees that flying mounts would ruin Classic Plus. Good stuff, guys. I agree with you. Now, everybody also agrees that the leveling pace of the original game is just right, with the majority agreeing to keep it the way it is.
Yep.
Only 1.4% of respondents said that they'd rather skip leveling and buy a boost. So, Blizzard, if you're listening, no boosts please, no leveling increase, just keep it the way it was. Mad Season, this one's for you.
Nice.
Now, moving on to something I honestly found surprising, a majority of players believe that transmog is bad, with 51.6% of players agreeing that it should not be in the game. I'm honestly surprised by this as well. I hear a lot of different opinions about transmog, so this one was a pleasant surprise. Now that we've seen what exactly Classic Plus shouldn't change, let's talk about what the community thinks should change. While it's a bit mixed in how it should work, over 70%.
How is that the majority? I think the idea is if something is the way it already is, then it has precedent, right? So in order to change something, then you need a majority of people, a large majority. RuneScape, I think, is 70 or 80% majority to change something. Transmog good is 27%. 27. This number would have to be like 70 to 80, right? So it's just nowhere close. Like this is the number we're looking at, right?
Now that we've seen what exactly change, while it's a bit mixed in how it should work, over 70% of respondents agree that raid size should reduce from 40 somehow, with about half of those wanting the Season of Discovery version of raids being tuned to 20, but allowing.
So like this is interesting. The people that want to keep raids at 40 are 12% of people. That is the precedent. 40-man raids, 40-man knacks, 40-man AQ, whatever. 12% of people want to keep it that way. Right? The remaining want something different, either flex or either 20-man. Right? That's 88%, large majority. That's pretty cool. Like I didn't think it was going to be that large of a majority, right?
To bring more. Or a retail WoW-like version of flex raiding where the challenge changes as you gain or lose raid members. Next up, Dungeon Finder. 67% of people want Dungeon Finder, but only in that it helps to group you, not teleport you to the dungeon. Now, what confuses me here though is that 74% of people want summoning stones as well. So I guess you're all okay with making 2 people travel there to summon the other 3, which de facto is the same as Dungeon Finder, kind of. This was a weird result.
Not really. Like I think there's a certain amount of friction that makes sense, and then there's a certain amount that, like, if you remove it, just feels like retail, where you sit in a city and just get ported there. I think personally I voted no on summoning stones, and I voted for warlock closets. Like warlocks should be able to summon with closets and you don't need to be in the party, kind of like how Sod was. I wouldn't be upset about summoning stones though. I think that'd be fine. But like I think I understand that a little bit.
I think some of you are passenger princesses and are okay with it. Now, most of you like the idea of heroic dungeons, or at least some version of it, depending on how it's implemented.
Wow. There's only 10% of people that said no to heroics. I think I voted maybe on this one myself. I can't quite remember, but that's actually pretty surprising. Only 10% of people said no to heroics. That means like 90% are like kind of like, yeah, wow.
Also, a majority want AoE looting. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of AoE looting, but it's not a huge deal, fine. Now, moving quickly to the class survey, over 70% of respondents think Retribution Paladin needs major revamping.
What class do you think I consider my main chat the best class? The Paladin.
While Balanced Druid and Protection.
This makes sense. Like people are like, what needs changes? Like Ret, Moonkin, Prot, Arcane, Enhance, Serve. Like, yeah, these all need a lot of love, definitely. And then as you go down the list, it's like, yeah, these are kind of fun.
Paladin come up just behind. Ret just needs a little encouragement to really break free of its vanilla shackles. The biggest one on this list, in my opinion, 55% of respondents would prefer if GDKP was not in Classic Plus. If you look at the demographic data of people who answered that they were hardcore raiders, that number drops to 49.5%, but separately, for people that only labeled themselves as hardcore raiders and nothing else, that number swaps to 47.1% wanting GDKP, with 41% saying they prefer not to have it. I'm not going to editorialize this, but it's fascinating. The last highlight here.
That is a fascinating one. I do not like GDKPs. Well, I actually like them in theory, but I don't like them in practice. In theory, I think they're an amazing system, but in practice, it gets abused. It incentivizes people to buy gold. It's very toxic. It just doesn't, like, in practice, it just sucks. But in theory, I love it. When I first heard about them, I'm like, oh my gosh, best idea ever. And then I did some and I'm like, this sucks. So anyway.
Here, and this one is a slam dunk, is that 95% of people who answered, so something like 32,000 or so people, want to see dual spec implemented.
Yeah, definitely.
I think this is a safe addition for Classic Plus, and the community seems to agree.
I'm actually shocked dual spec is only 92% approval. I mean, who is voting no on this? I guess 4% are no opinion. But still, 4% don't want dual spec? What are we talking about? How is it? Like, it should be like 99% approval on this. Like, what?
It's the no changes, the changes, and now the most debated topics that we can't get true clarity on. First up, how this server rollout should occur. Now, this one was all over the place, with no option getting more than 30% of the vote.
So this right here is why I do not envy Blizzard. The position Blizzard's in is this picture is so representative of the problem we're in right now. Say you're Blizzard and you do 1 mega PvP server. 75% of people are going to talk crap that it was the wrong choice. But say you're Blizzard and you do a condensed server list like SOD, then 75% of people talk crap. And then say you do 1 mega server and then you can have people opt out like war mode, and then 80% of people talk crap. It's like there is no right choice if you're Blizzard, right? It's brutal. So yeah, I do not envy being a Blizzard dev, because no matter what you do, there is a majority that is going to hate on you. That is tough. There's no winning in this one, man. There's no winning it. And I think they're making decisions like this all the time, where it's like we can't make everyone happy, and any choice that we do make is actually going to make so many people upset. It's like brutal.
7% want 1 mega PvP server and 1 mega PvE server. 24% want a condensed server list like in SOD, with further consolidation over time. And then down from there in terms of options. It's super interesting seeing how split everybody is on this. On the question of Classic Plus having new classes, 43% do not want to see any new classes, with 34% and 12% wanting to see new classes in some way, whether that be completely new classes or stuff that we've seen in retail.
Once again, though, I think precedent matters here. In Classic WoW, you keep the original classes. If the 35 plus 12% number, so 47, if that was a strong majority, 70 or 80%, that's when I would be like, yes, the community wants it. So we're nowhere near. This isn't even a mix. I wouldn't call this a mixed bag. I would say this is a clear no, right? Because the burden of change is on people that want it. This isn't even 50%. It's a clear no. It's not even close, right? It's not. This doesn't seem split to me.
Ready. Now added up, that's 46% for new classes and 43% against. The community is pretty split on this one. And in terms of the server resetting every couple years, and I admit this question could have been written a bit better, the community is also pretty split. Some of you are down for fresh every so often, some never want to see it, and most are just not sure, wanting to hold judgment depending on how it's done. So this is just our initial findings. We've been building this data browser for everybody to use, which
Super fascinating.
right now, you too can go check out. Do you want to see what the auction house gamers think about connecting all the auction houses? Boom. Go check out the data for yourself right now. While all...
Bro, when I took this survey, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Blizzard is gonna see this and we're gonna be able to have proof and say, look, this is what we want, Blizzard, now you can do it. In reality, after looking at this data, it's like, it's Blizzard proving to us that we don't know what we want. Like it's the exact opposite of what I thought. It's a plant. Oh my gosh, did Blizzard actually make this? Oh my gosh, like it's literally proving that like nobody knows what they want. Like that's hilarious, bro. That is super funny. So what do you do if you're a Blizzard then? Like that's tough, bro. It's actually tough.
All of that is great. What about the content? Well, that too has been insanely positive, with an absolute truckload of ideas being submitted and tens of thousands of upvotes and downvotes on all of these ideas over the course of the last 2 weeks. So while you're on the site, go upvote what you think are the best ideas. And like I said earlier, the next video will be much larger and expect that soon. But while you chew on the data, we wanted to leave you with one more thing.
Okay.
What? What is it?
I'm getting seasick, bro. What am I watching?
Good day to you. You're getting on my nerves. I supply only the finest goods. Yarr!
Booty Bay and Tenera, Steam Weedle Port. Just more Classic Plus stuff. Nice. Okay. This was really interesting. I think if you go to the website and you click community results, you can look at any of them. There is so many questions, but is there any of them that you guys think I should go to specifically that weren't covered in the video? Like modern WoW character models. Oh, I see. 1 is like the least, like you don't want it. 10 is you do want it. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So you add up all these, it's like 90%. Yeah, Squam, thanks for the T1. PvP. Okay, yeah, let's look at the PvP ones. Where is that? PvP survey. Should Solo Shuffle be in Classic Plus? The majority of Classic players said, I don't know what Solo Shuffle is. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay, that's great. Should war games be added? I think they're already in the game. Should players be allowed to toggle off XP for twinking? Yeah. Should kill give XP? No. Should the PvP trinket be reduced? 60% said yes. Should Battlegrounds along with potential arena or new rated content be released weeks? Give it some time. It's fun to progress. Yeah, that's good. Heartbeat, keep it as it is. Diminishing returns, keep it as it is. Wow, I'm actually surprised that people didn't want DRs changed. How should the following combat mechanics function in PvP? Keep it as it is. Okay. Rate the following world PvP objectives. Okay. Should dishonorable kills exist? Wow, 61% said yes. I actually don't really like them. Which of the following would you want to see on PvP gear, if any? Set bonuses, yeah. Should be able to mock our all players, 50-50. What about a 1v1 ranking system? I'd be interested in seeing it. Yes, let me bet some gold. No thanks. I like how there's 2 yes options. If yes, which arena sizes would you want to see? 2v2, 3v3, 5v5, and other. Okay. Would you want Arena on Classic? 80% said yes. I actually said no on this one, but I had a really long, drawn-out explanation as to why if you watch my video. How would you feel as if Arena was uncapped upon hitting max rank? How would you feel about changing the honor system? Should there be war mode? Cool. Yeah. Any other parts of the survey? Like I said, there's so many questions, bro. Like, I don't want to go through all of them, but these are really interesting. See the first comment on the YouTube video? A grand with eyeball emojis on the Classic Plus project video. Blizzard is watching. Confirmed, boys. Confirmed.